The Golden State Warriors have become one of the most iconic NBA dynasties of all time. They have done it on the back of a jaw-dropping, freewheeling, three-point draining motion offense, and it has led to 4 NBA championships. And I'm going to show you how you can run this incredible offense in NBA 2K23 so you can dominate just like the Warriors. In this video, we're going to explore the fundamental principles of their revolutionary offense. We will set up our own offensive strategy to mirror the potency of the Warriors' approach, examine the key stars that made their offense virtually unbeatable, and guide you on how to use this offense in any game mode in NBA 2K23. Now, we are going to focus on the Warriors after they hired Steve Kerr and before they signed He Who Will Not Be Named, and then also the period after he left when they won their 4th ring. Now, all the footage in this video was played in online play now using the current Warriors team and the Golden State Warriors playbook. But what we go over today can be used with any team you want in any game mode, whether that is play now, my team, or franchise mode. Now, we are going to run 2 different base lineups, with the first being more of a standard look with a big center. Think Andrew Bogut in the early days or Looney now, and then Draymond at power forward. This will give us the size and rebounding and match up with bigger teams while still being able to run the majority of our offense. The second lineup will be our small ball lineup. This will have Dre at the 5. Then you can play 2 small forwards like Iguodala and Barnes in the early years, or now it could be Kuminga and Wiggins. The Warriors popularized small ball in the NBA, and now it is everywhere. But when they first debuted it, the rest of the NBA didn't know how to handle it, and when they brought out this lineup, they dominated with shooting, playmaking, and athleticism all over the floor. Now, the 2 players most synonymous with the Golden State Warriors dynasty are Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. They are the Splash Brothers, and they are maybe the 2 greatest shooters of all time, and they are together in the same backcourt, and they changed the way the basketball has been played at every level, flipping the script and showing how powerful the three-point shot is. But Steph truly has been the man of this run, the greatest all-around shooter ever, and the engine behind this Warriors offense. His ability to shoot off the dribble and drill threes in your face, plus being willing to play off ball and come off screens and find openings to get his shot off, has been the key to make this Warriors team so impossible to handle. Now, I'm going to break down the traits you should target for each position in this Warriors offense. Now, your point guard in the Steph role in our 2K Warriors offense is absolutely critical and is the main star of this show. The player we need in this position must be an exceptional shooter, not just from behind the arc, but also from deep range. This will provide us the spacing to make this Warriors offense as effective as possible. The player in this role should be an excellent ball handler with high-level dribbling skills, being able to create shots off the dribble and find open teammates in this Warriors motion offense. Then this player must also be capable of scoring at the rim. Our point guard should be able to get in the lane and finish at the hoop, ensuring we can score at every level. The play we are looking at here is SW Quick One Punch Flare Fist, and this can be used to get our player playing the Steph Curry role, wide open triples, and then also lanes to attack the basket. To initiate this play, start with your shooting guard at the top of the three-point line, and your point guard will start on the block, then come off a screen at the opposite elbow from your center. Then he will sprint out to the three-point line, and as soon as he clears the screen, fire over a pass that should lead him behind the arc, and if his man gets caught on the screen, then you can just fire this shot for a triple. Then if after the screen the defender is able to fight through and contest the shot, then we want to hold and wait till we get a double screen from our shooting guard and center, and once the screens are set, then you can try and turn the corner, get into the lane, and attack the basket and finish at the rim. But if you come off the screen and your shot gets contested, then you get the double screen, but now the lane is closed off. Now we have our center rolling down to the hoop, and you can dump it off to him, or we have our shooting guard fading out to the line, and we can kick it out to him for a three-point opportunity if the defense collapses down, and it can be another easy three-pointer. Then the other Splash brother is Klay Thompson. He has an argument to be the second best shooter ever behind Steph, and Game 6 Klay has some of the biggest moments in the Warriors dynasty, and when you added him and Steph on the floor together, the spacing they created has been unrivaled in the history of the NBA. In our 2K Warriors offense, the Klay Thompson shooting guard role is incredibly vital. We require a shooting guard who is an elite long-range shooter. The player should be consistent from behind the arc, possessing a quick release to get shots off even under tight pressure. The player must also have stamina and off-ball movement skills. Thompson rarely stands still on offense, often running through a maze of screens to lose his defender. This player should have excellent off-ball movement, making the defense work to create openings. Defensively, this player must be above average. Thompson was often tasked with guarding the opposing team's best perimeter player, and our player should have the size, quickness, and defensive instincts to handle a variety of defensive assignments. Next, we are looking at Punch 3 Hammer, and this is a simple but super effective play that can get your player playing the Klay Thompson role wide open threes in the corner. Here to initiate it, have your point with the ball on the wing. Then we're going to have our small forward posting up on the block. And once you get the ball, you can dribble a few times. And as that is happening, your power forward will set a hammer screen for your shooting guard who will ring around the corner. And now you can skip past it to the back corner where the guard's player will be sealed off and you can fire it in for a wide open three-pointer. This is an amazing way to get one of your best shooters open for easy shots in the corner. And this is an action the Warriors would use all of the time. Then after you call the play, if you're in a one-on-one in the post and you have a mismatch with your small forward, then you can go to work and take it to the hoop and ignore that flare in the opposite corner if you don't need it. And this can lead to some really easy baskets. When Steve Kerr was hired to be the Warriors head coach, he instituted the motion offense. It emphasized constant ball and player movement instead of relying on one-on-one isolation plays. Kerr's system leveraged the talents of his players in a fluid, dynamic style. This offense opened the floor and maximized the potential of the team's shooting prowess, particularly from Curry and Thompson, while utilizing Green's playmaking abilities. Kerr's innovative approach not only changed the Warriors, but influenced the entire league's offensive philosophy, and we want to use a ton of these same looks in our Warriors 2K offense. Next, we have Quick 2 Split, and this has a split action, something the Warriors love to run with a player in the post who can kick it to another player coming off a screen for some wide open shots. To initiate this play, start with your point guard on the wing, and you will get a high screen, and you want to come off it at the top of the three-point line. And if they're being lazy with their pick and roll defense, then you can just pull this three and make them pay. But then if you're at the top and you don't pull it, then you can look back to the wing where two-man will be coming back up and you want to pass it over. And once again, if they're being lazy with their coverage here, you can just let this one fly for the triple. But if you get it on the wing and the shot's not there, then we want to drop it down to the block. And right after our shooting guard makes a pass, he's going to come right over to our point and screen his man. Then he will loop him behind him, and we want to pass it back out and trigger another three from this spot. But then if you get the pass from the post on the wing and the three isn't there, then you just want to take the rock to the cup and try to attack the basket. One other option here is once you go down to the post, if they're slow to react to it or giving you a mismatch, then you can attack the basket with your power forward and not kick it back out if they are giving it to you. Next, we have Fist 24 Weave, and this is one of the Warriors' favorite actions with multiple handoffs at the top, getting defenders moving, causing confusion, and this can lead to easy buckets. Here you want to start with either your shooting guard or point guard near the top of the three-point line. Then you will do a dribble handoff on the wing and you will ring it around the three-point line till you have your other guard coming off a down screen and coming up to meet you. And then as he comes in behind you, you want to pass it to him at the top of the three-point line. And if his man gets caught down below and you're wide open, then you can just pull this three and drop it down. Then if you do the weave action, but now the defender is there to contest the three, now you want to wait, and we have a pick and roll starting, and you just want to come off the screen, get downhill, and if it is there, get to the cup and try to finish. Then you can also come off this weave action, get the screen, and if the defender is staying in drop coverage, then you can rise up and drill the mid-range jumper. Then once you come off the screen, you will also have this roll to the basket, and if they are overplaying to the ball, then you can just drop it down to him and finish at the hoop. Then lastly, if you attack off the screen with the corner defender coming down to try and help at the basket, then you can kick it out to the corner for an easy three-point opportunity. One of the key strengths of the Warriors' offensive strategy was their utilization of multiple initiators. While Curry was the main one, he was supported by Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala. This approach allowed Curry and Thompson, two of the league's deadliest shooters, to maximize their off-ball movement and create chaos for opposing defenses. Green and Iguodala, despite not being prolific scorers, possessed excellent court vision and passing abilities, and the Warriors could give them the ball and run a ton of actions off the ball. This multi-pronged initiation strategy greatly contributed to the Warriors' high efficient and dynamic offense. Now at our Draymond Green spot, we need a versatile player. He must have the size, defense, and rebounding ability to play power forward in more of our standard lineups, but then be able to kick inside and play center in our small ball lineups. He also must be a very solid passer, and we'll be running a ton of the offense through him, so being able to hit the open player is a huge component of what we need here. Then lastly, being able to space the floor and forcing the opponent to guard him all the way out to the three-point line is critical to our spacing, and he's got to to be able to knock down open shots. Next, we have Give Warriors Fist 2. This is a play that we can let our Draymond role player set up at the top and deliver passes all over the court to cutters and players coming off screens. Here we want to start this play with your point guard at the top, and then Draymond is going to come to the elbow and we can drop it off to him, and then he's going to set up in the high post. First, we want to look to our point guard cutting down the lane, and if he is open, just drop it down to him right away and go up for the layup. Then if you're working at the elbow and you see your cutter and you drop it down to him, but now the lane closes off and they help from the corner to shut you down in the paint, then you can fire it out to the corner for a wide open 3 ball. Then if you're in the high post with your Draymond player and the cutter isn't open, then we're going to have a flare screen with our shooting guard breaking open in the corner, and you can fire a skip pass across the court over to him and let this 3 fly if you have space. Also in this spot with your Dre player, if you ever see the defense is cheating to the cutter from this action and they leave the corner, then you can fire it out there right away for a triple. Then your last option on this play is if you're at the top and the flare screen player isn't open, then your point guard will set a flex screen sealing off the defender, and your power forward is going to cut down the lane and you can drop it down to him and go up strong to the hoop. When looking to fill our Andre Iguodala role for our 2K squad, we need a multifaceted player. Our small forward must have the athleticism and defensive skills to match up with a variety of opposing wing players. This player should be quick and versatile on defense, able to switch onto both smaller guards and larger forwards. This player also needs to be an excellent secondary playmaker, capable of initiating the offense when necessary, and he must be adept at finding the open man in half-court sets. Finally, having a shot from the outside, while not necessary, is a huge bonus, allowing even more spacing and just forcing the defense to stay honest, just like Iggy did on the Warriors. Next, we have 35 Flair, and this is going to let us use our player in our Iguodala role as the ball handler, where he can get into the lane and finish, or he can kick it out for wide open triples. Here, I like to initiate this player with our small forward playing the Iggy role at the top, and then we're going to have a normal pick and roll with our center where we can come off the screen and attack the hoop, getting into the lane and going up strong. And this is a great play we can also run with anyone, including our point guard. And another read here is if they go under the screen and they are leaving you open, then you can just pull up and hit the jumper in their face. Then if after the screen they double the ball handler and your roll man is open, then just drop it down to him in the lane and let him finish at the basket. But what makes this play so good is we can combine this pick and roll with a flare screen in the corner, with our shooting guard laying the screen for our point guard, who can get wide open in the corner for easy triples. Now, combining this pick and roll with the flare action in the corner gives you a super simple play that you can run in any point in the game, and it can let you rack up a ton of easy buckets. Then if you want to take this Warriors offense to the next level, you need to check out my website, Scheme Kings. Up right now is part 2 of this video, where I will give you 6 more plays out of this Warriors offense that will give you the ability to attack anyone you face and get open shot opportunities for your key players like Steph and Clay. Plus, I'm going to be doing a breakdown of another freelance offensive set that you can add to your Warriors one. Then I also have full write-ups for all 12 of these plays I break down in these 2 videos, and you can only get these through the website. Now, my site is a monthly membership, and this is the first time I'm adding 2K content to it, but there will be a ton more 2K stuff on the way, and included in the membership, you get full access to all of my Madden schemes, where I recreate NFL and NCAA schemes in videos just like this Golden State Warriors one, and there are hours and hours of Madden content on the site already, so you will get full access to the Madden content and the 2K videos for one price. So if you want to check out Scheme Kings, the link will be down in the description below. Now, when using this Warriors scheme, if you want to have more freedom on offense with less structure while still utilizing some sets and actions that the Warriors would run in real life, then you want to use the Warriors freelance offense. Then when you're on the floor, you can turn this on, and this will give you the freedom to not have to run any set plays, but will give you preset screens, cuts, and off-ball movement with your players to give you more options. And once you master this, this will help you score a ton of easy baskets without preset plays. One of the first actions you will see when running the Warriors freelance is pin down screens, where one player will screen on a man in the corner's defender. Then this player is going to sprint up to the wing and you can pass it over to him, and if you have room, you can let it fly from 3. Then off the down screen, you will see another action a ton, where if this shot shot isn't there, then the man who passed the ball to the wing will get a flare screen and fade away from the wing, and you can fire it over and launch another triple if you are open. These two actions with the pin down to the wing and then the flare screen at the top are my two favorite quick freelance plays in the Warrior setup, and it can just lead to a ton of easy offense. Another action we're going to see a ton is we'll have a man in the corner who will get two staggered screens, and he will run around the three-point line, and once he gets to the top, you can pass it over, and if the screens get him open, then let it fly for the triple. Then if the defender is able to recover after the screens and contest the shot, he should be on his heels, and you want to try to drive by him, get to the hoop, and finish at the basket. Then another action you will see in these freelances are these kind of movement heavy dribble handoff types where guys will loop around into openings and you can drop it off to them for shots, or off these actions you can drop it off to them and they can get a man off balance and you can attack the basket and go hard to the hoop. Or you can even work in these give and goes where you can do the dump off pass and your player will cut to the basket, and these are really similar to things the Warriors would do in real life. Then lastly, we'll have some classic pick and rolls, and I will run them with either Curry or Clay, and these can allow you to get open for jumpers if they sag off the screen. Then if coming off the screen the lane is open, you can attack the hoop and go finish at the rim. If the ball handler is double teamed or covered, then you can drop it off to your roller in the lane and let him go up and try to finish. Now, if you want to see more offensive breakdowns for 2K like this one in the future, then make sure you leave a like and a sub and let me know what offense I should break down next.